Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for joining me. For my returning video watchers, thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos and joining me on my journey as I am documenting my GLP-1 journey on the medication that I'm taking, zepbound, which has the active ingredient tirzepatide. Right now I'm on the 5 milligram dose. I am 21 weeks in, almost 22. Tomorrow's my shot day. So yeah, I've been on this medication almost 5 months now, and I've been documenting this journey via video on YouTube for a couple weeks now. And it's been really cool. I waited a long time to decide if I wanted to share my journey and the information that I have, and I'm glad I ultimately decided to. It's been very interesting, and it also gives me something to look back on as well. And like I've always mentioned, or also mentioned in some of my other videos, I do my best to try to be helpful for people who are maybe looking for the information regarding the GLP-1 medication, and particularly zepbound or the tirzepatide, because I've also done the compound as well. So hopefully it's been helpful for some, maybe entertaining for others, who knows. But I appreciate you guys supporting me and watching my channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers that I have recently as well. Thank you for joining me on my journey. So since I've been on this journey for about 5 months now, I wanted to come on and do a video just kind of going over some of the information that I kind of was thinking prior to being on this journey, what I call my unrealistic expectations versus my reality, just based off of some of the research that I was doing prior to taking the medication, some of it being here on YouTube, watching other people share their information, their experiences as well. And also talking to people personally and reading and all kinds of things that I looked into prior to deciding to embark on this journey and take this GLP-1 medication. So I just wanted to share some of my realities versus my unrealistic expectations. Hopefully this would be helpful for someone who is maybe thinking about the journey, or you're starting on the journey and you just have some ideas and maybe they're not going the way that you kind of suspected or thought that it would go. So yeah, so I just wanted to come on and share. I have 5 things that I want to share with you guys. Of course, I have my notes here so I can stay on track and cover all of my topics as well. So number one, my number one unrealistic expectation was that losing weight was going to be easy. Now listen, I have been successful on this journey. So far, so good. As I shared in my week 21 video last week, I am down a little over 30 pounds, which is amazing for me. That's the most I've been able to be down since, like I mentioned in some of my earlier videos, since having my last child. It's been a struggle just getting the weight off. So that is amazing for me, being down 30 pounds in a little over 4 months, almost 5 months. But just watching other people's documentations and how they were sharing the information, it just seems like some people had said that they lost 40 pounds in like 8 weeks or, 12 weeks or whatever it was. And I was like, wow, like that's really good. So I guess I kind of expected that kind of going into the journey, but then once I got into this journey, I quickly determined that that would not be my story. That was not the case for me, and I wasn't upset about it. I didn't get discouraged, thankfully. I talked to my, the medical professionals, both locally here that I see in person, and also when I did the compound with Fridays, I also spoke to them as well. And they gave me some really, really good information and advice regarding losing weight while taking this medication. And as I've shared also before in quite a few of my videos, my average is about 1 to 2 pounds a week. And I'm okay with that. That is a really, really healthy way to be able to lose weight and keep it off. So losing weight fast was not my story, or is not, my story particularly, even though I'm very happy with the 30 pounds that I've been able to lose over this past couple of months. But just my unrealistic expectation based on some of the other information that I had seen either in videos or read, I was just thinking that maybe it would happen a little faster, but that's okay. I'm still encouraged. I'm still glad that I'm doing this journey, and I'm happy with the results that I'm seeing. And and it's given me some encouragement that I can, sustain this weight loss going forward as well. So that's number one. Number two, it's pretty much kind of the same thing, that I would be able to lose it fast. Pretty much the same thing, that it would happen quicker than it has, that I would get down to my goal quicker. I think before going into this journey, I was thinking 6 months maybe, and I'll be at my goal, just because, that's what people were sharing. And I still see, like, even like on Instagram, I see some stories where people share certain things, and they're like, oh, I was on this medication and I was able to get this place, within 4 months. And I'm like, wow, like, that's really good. And I don't know the details, obviously, of how they were able to get down that fast. I'm not really interested. I'm on my own journey. And as I've mentioned, I'm okay with the journey that I'm on now. It's working for me. So I'm okay with not losing the weight fast, as I thought that it might happen from the beginning. And to give a little context, I started this journey in April of this year. It is now September of this year. So yeah, almost 5 months that I've been on this journey, of the GLP-1 medication. And I'm still on 5 milligrams. I've been on 5 milligrams for a few months as well. Okay, so number 3, working out was not required in the process. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy working out. I've worked out over the years of my life, and I've learned that not only is it good for me physically, it's also good for me mentally as well. So working out is not something I just like despise doing. The hard part before taking this medication was that working out did not provide results. And, when you're working out, especially if you're on a weight loss journey, even if you're maintaining, you want to see some kind of results to where you desire to be. So just before being on this journey, working out just was not providing those results. And if they were providing any kind of results, it was very minimal over a long period of time, and it was just discouraging. So again, watching other individuals and reading or looking into their experiences, just saying that, that they didn't have to work out, like they, depending on what jobs they have, if they, if somebody like is a nurse and she works at a hospital, of course, she's probably walking around a lot. So that's probably getting her some not calories, but some steps in that way, which is good. But as I spoke with my doctor while going on this medication, she also encouraged me to also do strength training, which I really like. I've done strength training for years. I think it's really good for our bodies, or for my body. And then also some cardio as well, but more of the strength training is where she wanted me to be, which was perfectly fine with me. So yep, not working out is, it is a requirement. I feel you have to get some kind of physical activity in. If you're not a strength training type of person, then that's fine. Figure out what works for you, but you got to get some kind of activities in, because you don't want to just lose the muscle with, the weight that you're losing, because it's very possible for you to do that and then you just have like loose skin and all that stuff. So that's where the strength training comes in, to help build up that muscle, so you don't have all that loose skin from losing the weight, depending on how many or how much weight that you're losing, or how many pounds. So yes, working out is required for the most part in the process, but also, of course, speak with your medical professional to get more advice on that. Okay, so number 3. So thinking going into this was that because my appetite was going to be suppressed, I can eat whatever. Wrong. Wrong. Okay. Yes, your appetite is suppressed. In the beginning of the journey, it's a process, you can still kind of get in those, high sugar, items, and you don't really feel anything, but it will slow down your progress for sure. So you do want to try to maintain a healthy diet as much as you can. No, you don't need to restrict everything, all the things that are not the best for us, so to speak, but you do want to try to make sure that you get in a healthy, balanced diet. Number 1 being protein, getting those in, and of course getting in those vegetable and the fruit as well. into your system, into your diet. So yeah, you can have, you know, whatever. I don't know. I'm not like a candy or chips type person. I know some people are. You probably don't want to indulge on those kind of things. And after a while, you won't be able to, because that's what the medication does. I did notice that I had purchased some crumble cookies recently, and I was not able to get down, which is fine. We cut it in the forest because crumble cookies, if you're not familiar, are really, really big. I.e. not sponsored, but they're really good. They're really, really big, so we cut them in fours, and I wasn't able to finish my fourth. So that's something that happens with the medication. But I did figure out or realize that didn't really kick in until probably a few months in, where I would just feel full and I couldn't finish it. So you do want to, watch that and make sure that you're eating a properly balanced diet when you are taking this medication. Okay. All right. So on to the next, number 5. I thought that I would be moving up or titrating up, as they say, in the doses every month. And that is not the case. I think that has been the case for some of the other people that have been on this journey, but for me, that is not the case. As I mentioned earlier in this video, I have been on the 5 milligram dose for a few months now. I started out on the 2.5, which is the starter dose. That's the dose that you are prescribed, just to make sure that your body is okay with taking the medication and that you don't have any major side effects. So I did the 2.5, and my doctor actually decided to keep me on the 2.5 for another month after I finished my first month, because I was seeing results. Not only did I do well on the 2.5 dose, I also was losing weight on the 2.5 dose. So she kept me on the 2.5 dose for 2 months. And if my numbers are correct, I know I did a video on my experience with the 2.5, and I believe my total loss was 13 pounds, which is great. So then we moved on to the 5 milligrams, and I am on my 3rd box right now of the 5 milligrams. So I will be completing my 3rd month when I take my shot tomorrow. So that is not the titrating up every month is not the case. And I think over time, even with the professional providers, they have also learned that they don't have to prescribe or titrate their patients up every month with the doses. I think they've also learned that it's okay to keep the patients on a particular dose for a little longer if they're still seeing results, so they don't move up too fast. And for those who are moving up and have moved up to the last dose, which is 15 milligrams, and have nowhere else to move up to. So I think that has something to do with it as well, with the providers understanding and realizing that titrating up every month is not the best, as long as the patient is seeing results. So that's my 5th one, titrating up. Those are my 5 things that were unrealistic that I learned were different in reality when taking this GLP-1 medication. So number 1 was losing weight would be easy. Number 2, it would be fast. Working out is not required. Yes, it is. Appetite suppression, so I can eat what I want. That's not the case. Make sure you eat a balanced diet. And then titrating up every month is not the case as well. Just go based off of whatever your body is telling you. If you're doing okay on one particular dose and you're seeing results consistently, I think it's a good idea to stick with that one until either you reach your goal, or until you stop seeing results on that particular dose. Okay, so that's all I have for today. I hope that information was helpful. If you are starting on this journey, go back and watch, my intro to the GLP-1 journey. I also share my reason for taking this medication as well, just to kind of give a little background on how I decided to take this medication as well. Okay, so thank you for watching again and tuning in and joining me on my journey. If you haven't yet, give my video a thumbs up, subscribe, and join me on this journey if you haven't subscribed yet. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.